Hey, youth leaders. Last night we had our adult leadership meeting for November. And for our time of equipping, we talked about a question that I wanted to make available to all of you. So I thought I'd try something new here. I'm talking to my webcam, and I just want to share this with you via internet and include all of you in the conversation. The discussion was a response to a question from one of our adult leaders. John Bussey was asking about, what is the role as an adult leader? Why are we here? What are we supposed to be doing? And so we took some time to answer that question in our meeting. And really, I want to answer that question in two ways. First of all, I want to talk about why. Why do we exist? Why are we here? Why are you involved in our student ministry? That may look a little different for each one of us as we answer that question, but I want to offer an answer to that I think should be the same for all of us. And that is going back to the purpose that Jesus Christ gave to us in the Great Commission. We are here as a church, as a student ministry, as individuals. We live for this, to make disciples. That we hope to accomplish through our student ministry the making of disciples, that students will be transformed into Christ followers, that they will learn to let Jesus Christ and his teachings and his example through the guidance of the Holy Spirit to be invaded in every area of their life. And how do we accomplish that? How do we do that? Well, first I'd suggest that we do that by providing the example, being the model. We have to do that ourselves. Let us be examples of Christ invading every aspect of our life so the students can see what it looks like. Now, the second part of that is to establish relationships with the students so they can see us live our lives. They can see us in our victories, in our defeats even. They can see us in our triumphs, in our struggles, and they can see us press through it all so they can know what it looks like to seek and follow after Jesus Christ. And not only do we want them to know us, but we want to know them. Let's be intentional about inserting ourselves in their lives so they can know we care about them, we are fighting for them, we are pulling for them, and we are interested in teaching them what it means to be a Christ follower. Now, I think that question of why is the most important. It's not a real specific answer, but it's a very big and important answer. A lot of times as adult leaders, we want to know what we're supposed to be doing. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do. But we need to answer the why before we go to the what. Now, what are we supposed to be doing? What is our specific role? Well, that's going to look different for each adult leader, depending on the skills that you bring and the experiences that you've had and the particular program that you're involved in. It's going to look different. But no matter what it is, let it be driven by the why, to make connections with students that God can use to draw them closer to himself. For instance, let's take Larry Allman. For example, one of his roles in our student ministry, one of the things he does is he runs the soundboard for Wednesday Night Impact. He does a great job at it. But that's not why he's there. His purpose is not to run the soundboard. That's just a responsibility that he has. His purpose is to create connections with students so that God will use that to draw them closer to him. So what does that look like? Well, maybe it looks like Larry involving some of the students in learning how to run the soundboard and using that as an opportunity to build a connection, to build a relationship. But another thing Larry's doing is he's helping to create an opportunity through Wednesday Night Impact for all of us to build and create relationships and connections with students. So you see, the what is driven by the why. Now, I want to do whatever I can for each one of you to help you know clearly what you are expected to do in our student ministry. But first, let's make sure that what we are doing is driven by the why. One illustration I used last night at our meeting is a Lego. I would challenge you that all of us need to be Legos. Now, what I have here actually is a Mega Block from our preschool downstairs. So maybe let's choose to be a Mega Block instead of a Lego. What am I talking about? What's the purpose of a Mega Block? It's to connect with other blocks. That's how we need to see ourselves. God has created us so that we may first connect with Him through relationship. But second, so that we can connect with others. So that we can draw others closer to Jesus Christ. Now, you already have some of your spaces taken up with relationships with family and friends and co-workers, etc. But I hope as a youth leader that you have 1 or 2 or 3 spaces open that you will use to intentionally connect with students so that God will honor that by drawing them closer to Himself. That is the why. That is the what. So have a great week. I hope you'll find this helpful. And my challenge again, go be a Mega Block. Have a great day.